What's up, Unlocking Your Inner Strength listeners? How would you like to know how to live off the grid, which will open up pockets of your time that you could be using for useful stuff? Well, I got good news for you. I've put together a special report showing you how to do this. It's normally $45, but since you're a loyal listener of the show, you can get it for only $10 at unlockingyourinnerstrength.com/time.
You're listening to The Inner Strength Show. If you want to step into your greatness, you've come to the right place. Here is your host, the human strength expert, Kyle Newell.
What's up, everybody? It's Kyle once again with Unlocking Your Inner Strength podcast, and now of KyleNewell.com. So why the switch to KyleNewell.com? Well, part of it's a marketing thing. Unlocking Your Inner Strength is the name of a particular business, one of my businesses. But KyleNewell.com, as I go to build my speaking business with my buddy Brandon out in Chicago, it's better to have a site with your name on it where people could come find my thoughts. If you know, you might have noticed, or if not, you could follow along on Facebook. I now have a public figure page, which is under Kyle Newell. It's at Kyle Newell Fitness Expert. So really still trying to always work on the brand. You know, I'm always studying marketing and whatnot. And today I'm going to go over some marketing stuff that applies directly to mind map or vice versa. Mind map that applies to marketing. But more importantly, I want you to be able to use this within your life. Okay, this is going to be pretty heady stuff in this episode. So thanks for tuning in. Get your notepad ready. If you are 25 or younger, a notepad is something that's got lines on it that you can flip and you can actually write on with ink, or you can use a pencil on it. That's a joke, by the way. This stuff is pretty cool. And as always, I'll remind you at the end, please share this with somebody that can use some kind of cool dose of information or inspiration in their life. So we know with the brain, right? If you've been following me for a while, we know about the triune brain theory, the three brains, three levels of the brain. And we know that you have the reptile brain, the mammal brain, and the human brain. Now, those deeper parts of your brain, the reptile and the mammal, are driven by things like survival, physical safety, basic needs like food, sex, and water being met, sleep, all right? Now, biology always wins out whenever we have a decision to make, always. So these first 8 things are called the Life Force 8, Life Force and the number 8. And this is really cool. It's from one of the books I recently ordered, and you might not want to read it because it's a marketing book. It's cash advertising, but to me, this is fascinating. And I got to tell you, though, when I told Devin the other day, when I look at all my books, I get so excited. I'm really like a kid in a candy store, and I want to be able to finish all my books before I die. I have a bit of an obsession with learning, but I just get really excited thinking of all the stuff that I don't know yet and how little I actually know. And then wanting to grow and become the best that I can be. Actually, I'm going to make a video later today. I might as well kind of explain it here about fulfilling your potential, right? And part of the gist of it is, one of the things I'm going to mention is if you study for 30 minutes a day in your chosen passion, in 5 years, you're going to be one of the nation's leading experts in that topic. Okay? That is doable. I'm not saying you're going to do it, but it's doable. It's simple. I'm not saying it's easy. But here's the thing. Once you become one of the nation's leading experts, and I believe it's 7 years, you will be a world leading expert. Once you do that, you change the world around you. The people that come in contact with you, they can feel your passion and your mission, and they're going to follow along, a lot of people, and you're going to change their world. You're going to impact everybody that comes in contact with you. I had a guy last night that just finished Ripped Ads, and he's telling me, how we changed his life in 6 weeks. And now he wants to do this. Now he wants to go on and become, a coach. So that's kind of, a little bit aside from what I want to go over, but the book got me thinking about that. So let's get back to the Life Force 8. We are programmed with these 8 desires. First one is survival, enjoyment of life, life extension. Everything we do, everything our brain does, everything that our body does is for survival first. Enjoyment of food and beverages. Freedom from fear, pain, and danger. Sexual companionship. It's a biological need. Comfortable living conditions. To be superior. Winning. keeping up with the Joneses. That's 1. So to be superior, winning, keeping up with the Joneses. Care and protection of loved ones. Social approval. Now, none of these, when I look at that list, have to do with the prefrontal cortex or the human brain. Survival, that's your reptile brain. Enjoyment of food and beverages. Reptile mammal. Freedom from fear, pain, and danger. Reptile. Sexual companionship. Reptile mammal, because there's a connection piece there as well. Comfortable living conditions. Mammal. Because that's an environment. To be superior, winning, keeping up with the Joneses. That one actually is touching on the human part of your brain. Because in the way I process this stuff, guys, would an animal care about being superior or keeping up with his neighbors? You have the king of the jungle, but they don't think of it as the king of the jungle. That's just alpha. It's not something they're necessarily striving for. The care and protection of loved ones is the mammal brain, the connection part of our brain. And social approval, mammal. Judgment is very, very threatening to the brain, right? So if any of those things kind of clicked on you, you're like, you know what? I'm not getting that in my life right now. I'll figure out how to get that and how to fix it. Because if the life force 8 is not in line, if something's off, the rest of your life is going to be off. Because these desires are going to dominate your biology, okay? They're going to dominate your thought and your body and the state of your nervous system. So you can have all the desire, all the best intentions to change your life. But if one of these or multiple of these are off, it's not going to happen. What's up, Unlocking Your Inner Strength listeners? How would you like to know how to live off the grid, which will open up pockets of your time that you could be using for useful stuff? Well, I got good news for you. I've put together a special report showing you how to do this. It's normally $45, but since you're a loyal listener of the show, you can get it for only $10 at unlockingyourinnerstrength.com/time. So if we look a little further, we also have secondary human wants. Now, these are learned. These are learned. And then this will tie into the 6 human needs, which is how I'll wrap up in about 10 minutes or so. These are not biology driven. That's why they're secondary. Life Force 8, the LF8, it takes precedence over these. But these, knowing these, might help you when you get to ranking your 6 human needs. Number 1, to be informed. Number 2, curiosity, right? And that kind of drives the need to be informed. Number 3, cleanliness of body and surroundings. Number 4 is efficiency. Number 5 is convenience. Number 6 is dependability and quality. Number 7 is expression of beauty and style. Number 8 is economy and profit. Number 9 is bargains. So if you're trying to persuade somebody or influence somebody, you combine one of the LF8, Life Force 8s, with one of these, depending on what it is you're trying to get the point across of. Okay? So if it was the need to enjoy food and beverage, right? So think of like nutrition. Then you combine that with the secondary one of convenience. Okay, you could easily talk about, you know, how the one leads to the other, how convenience can lead to you actually enjoying your food and beverage more. But you tie these together. And that's the way people's brains work. And part of the reason, everybody listening, that I love this psychology, success is 80% psychological. And as you know, I love mind map. I love learning about the brain. I don't know if I broke the news to you guys. I posted on Facebook, but I will be writing an official mind map book with Dax, the originator of the mind map course. So I was really psyched when he got back to me about that. And the reason I love marketing and whatnot, it all ties into psychology, which to me is just fascinating. Now let's finish with the 6 human needs list. I'll list these off, then I'll kind of explain what part of the brain, as far as the triune brain theory, they are hitting on, and then I'll have you rank them. So we have certainty, the need for things to be certain, uncertainty or variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. So I repeat, you have certainty, which is part of your mammal brain, right? That's prediction and response. You have uncertainty or variety. That's human. The human brain wants to change things up. That's where the ego really is, right? That's where you seek out novelty. I always say novelty is the greatest aphrodisiac. You have significance, which is human. Animals don't care if they're significant. You have connection, which is mammal. Okay, females, the anterior cingulate cortex in the female brain is actually larger than the men because estrogen enhances that. Testosterone shrinks it. So that's a very strong need for most women. And women are designed to keep their family together, to keep that bond to ensure the survival of their children. You have growth, which is forward thinking. That's at Maslow's top of the pyramid, the hierarchy of needs. So that's a human need. And then contribution, to belong, to give back, right? That's part of your mammal brain. So you have 6 human needs. Now, for me, I can look at that and tell you that growth is the most important thing to me. Okay. And the reason this is so powerful is you could start based on your top 1 or 2, maybe 3, figuring out what you need to do on a daily basis to fulfill those, which is going to make you happy at a much more consistently. Significance is probably the lowest on my list, believe it or not. Then I would say contribution, giving back is number 2. Connecting with other people. I love doing coaching, one-on-one coaching. Really come alive when I do that. That would be number 3. Number 4 for me would be certainty. And number 5 would be uncertainty. So now you see, okay, growth. I have to learn every day and I have to create every day. Real simple, right? To fulfill that. Growth mindset, constant never-ending improvement, the slight edge. Those are some of my core values. Contribution. What am I contributing to the world to make it better, to help other people's lives better? Connection. How do I connect with other people and be a good listener and provide advice when they ask for it? How do I connect with people that read my stuff or listen to this podcast? Then certainty. Hey, I'm not type A, but I do like to have a pattern. I think that's a normal thing. Remember, the brain loves patterns. Uncertainty. I don't seek a thrill by just changing things up. I like variety, but it's not huge on my list. I mean, I'd rather stick with something effective than just switch it up to switch it up. And then significance. I don't care to be famous or anything like that. I don't care if other people get the attention. I want that. I'm always the first one to pass the credit to other people and take the blame when something goes wrong. But now I know how I operate better, right? And I've done that exercise before, but that's something that's powerful. Again, I'll post this on kylenewell.com where you can look at the list and then you can kind of rank them. That's very important. And that's about it. So we had the LF8, we had the 9 secondary human wants, and then we had the 6 human needs. So between that stuff, there's a lot within that episode, everybody listening, that you can dig into and be creative with and really figure out a lot about yourself. I can't do that in one episode where I can guide each of you through that, but know that you have a lot of tools right there. If you haven't left a review yet, please leave a review on iTunes. If you like it, give it a 5-star, share it on Facebook, tell a friend about it. Share it with somebody that you say, you know what, this person, Johnny would like this. And if you're looking for a high accountability, 90-day sprint mastermind, you can read more about it at unlockyourinnerstrength.com/mastermind. I'll be starting that in October. It's an investment in yourself, but it's pretty cool guarantees with that. And I'm excited for that. So I'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in once again. Peace.
You've been listening to The Inner Strength Show. If you enjoyed the show, remember to subscribe, rate, and review us in iTunes.